Hello everybody, it's Anne from Anne's Stampin' Up. This video is going to air on Monday, June the 14th, and over the weekend, this past weekend, I made this card here, using the Sweet Strawberry stamp set, and it opens like this, so you have this little part at the front, and I call it a Dutch fold card because that's what I think it is. I'm not sure if that's the correct name, but we're going with that for this morning, okay? A couple of my ladies said they had not seen this fold before, so we're going to make it again. Make it again and use a different stamp set this time. We're going to use the Turtle Friends stamp set and the Stitched So Sweetly dies. The Stitched So Sweetly, that's these ones, you know, they have all these beautiful frilly oblongs. So that's what we're going to use today. Okay, there's also a punch to punch out the turtle called the turtle, I think it's just called a turtle punch. Okay, so what we have, let me turn the camera down. Let me move this for a second. Turn the camera down, switch everything around, hopefully. Let's try that. See if we get in there. Yeah, we're good. We'll just pick this ruler off the floor. Okay, so here we are. We have a piece of 8.5 by 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. We got a piece 5 by 5 1/4 by 4 for the inside. We're going to cut a piece off here that I'll show you in just a second, and then we have a piece that is going to be 3 by about 4 1/2, 3 by 4 1/2. Okay, and that's going to go on the yellow piece that we cut off. We've got a couple of scraps for stamping on and making the turtle, and we have a piece of designer series paper here that's going to go on the front of the card. So let me just move that to the side, bring in the cutter, and you'll notice I've got a band-aid on my finger. It's because I thought, well, I'll take this blade off the cutter and show everybody the markings on it, and then sliced it right across my finger. So that's the start for today. So we've turned the camera down. We're going to turn you around. There and there. And now you're looking at me the way I'm working. Okay, so we have this piece of Daffodil Delight yellow, and it's a lovely color. It's really bright and it's pretty. So what we're going to do, we're going to cut out a piece down and across, and that's going to turn and become the focal point on the front of the card. So I'm lining my card up, put this way, at 4 1/4 inches, because that's where my score line is, right there, right down the crease. Put my score blade out of the way, bring in my cutting blade, and I'm going to bring the cutting blade down the cutter and stop at 3 inches. Okay, I have to switch hands so I can see. I'm looking at the notch on the side of the blade and the 3 mark on my card. Okay, so there it is. There's my first cut. All right, I'm going to turn my card around and I'm going to put it on the 3-inch mark, because I'm now going to cut down here, and that will give me the cutout that turns around and becomes my card. I can do this 2 ways. I can start with my blade at 4 1/4, which I'm going to do. Or you could start from the top and cut down to 4 1/4. It's your choice. Whichever way, as long as this piece of card pulls out, you're good to go. Okay, so that's it. Let's just pop that to the side for now. Will it sit there? Yes, it will. Okay, so we've got a piece that's now going to be the front of the card. All right, I'm going to do it that way. We'll have to go with that. We're going to cover it up anyway. There's a mark on the card, but I'm going to cover it up. So this is the base of the card here. Okay, we've got a yellow piece which is going to go on there like that. We've got a white piece which is going inside, so that'll help you see how this yellow piece works. Okay, and I have a white piece here that's going to go on there when I cut it to the right size, and we're going to put the turtle on that. Okie doke. So this piece is 4 1/4 by 3, and I'm going to take my mini and hope it goes through on this one. Plates. We're just going to use the Stitched So Sweetly dies, and I'm hoping it'll go through on the mini cutter. This one, the largest of the scallop dies I'm using. Let me move that in so you can see it. The largest of the scallop dies I'm using, and I'm going to cut the yellow piece out with that we cut off the front of the card. I'm hoping, oh yes, it's going to go through. Right, yes, yes, nicely. Okay, so then we put the top plate on. Clunk. Let's see if it came right out. It surely did. That's all we've got left to go in the garbage. So that piece cut out nicely, you see, with a nice scalloped edge. And then we're going to do the same again on the white piece, but using one size smaller of the dies. So here again, we plate in the machine, which is my piece that I'm going to cut out. This piece here. Let me just check that. Yep, it is. I'm going to cut this out. There we go. Got that piece, get rid of it. That's going to go on there. Put the dies right back in the package so we don't lose them. There, right. Get that out of the way. Piece of paper just to stamp on. Now then, this stamp set has a lot of nice little pieces in it. It's got the turtle and the additional piece for the shell, which we're going to use. It's got some nice sentiments. It's got some little birds, a little bit of squiggly stuff, a little bit of grass, which I might use. I think I will use a little bit of grass maybe to set my turtle on, I don't know, and then colour over it a little bit. Okay, so we're going to go with, and I should have had this out, Mossy Meadow, I think Pear Pizzazz for the green. Okay, Pear Pizzazz there. Okay, these plates out of the way, roller. Right, so we're going to stamp on this white part here, and we are going to use the turtle punch to punch out the turtle in a minute. That piece is going there. We'll do some stamping. What do we got? Let's stamp him in Memento. Oh, I can't get a wipe this morning. Okay, so we're going to stamp the turtle in Memento, and we have his outline here. We're just going to pop him right about there. That's lovely. Okay, we'll just set that there. We can close this for now. We have a scrap of card here. Yeah, we'll use this one. Yes, this one. Scrap of card, and we're going to stamp his shell. Okay, now the shell has the I don't know what you call them, scales, tiles, whatever you call a turtle's a turtle shell, but I wonder, should I colour him in first? I think we're going to colour the turtle in first, and we're going to use light jade. Okay, now it sounds a funny colour for a turtle, but we're just going to use it anyway. Okay, and because it's going to be covered up eventually. And I should keep talking while I'm doing this. So these markers are lovely, and this is why I've got a piece of paper on the table underneath, because as you see, the alcohol markers, they come through, and we don't want the marker to come like right through on the work surface. Need to pay attention here. I went over the line a little bit there, but I don't think anybody will notice. There. That's that. I'll give him a little green, and a little darker green. Sounds like a funny colour combination. This is Old Olive, and this one was Just Jade Light, and this is Old Olive Dark, and they're the two colours I've used, and I'm okay with that. Now we need to stamp his shell, and I've lost this. Oh, it's right in front of me here. There is his shell. So I'm just going to stamp that. I'm going to stamp that in. Well, I think I'll just use a scrap and stamp Memento again, and then I'm going to cut that out as well. Oh no, I don't want to use Memento, that's not good. Alright, let's get rid of the Memento. Let's get the Just Jade colour. Just Jade. Now, oh, I'm having a terrible time here this morning. What have I got? Pear Pizzazz, that'll do. Can always change it if we don't like the colour. Oh, that's nice for a turtle. Kind of a turtley green. We're going to take the Just Jade, and we're just going to fill in the spaces on his shell because we want it to sort of match, okay? There. And we're going to cut this out by hand. We were going to cut the turtle out with the punch, but we're not going to. We're just going to cut this out. And I don't think I want a border around this. I think I want to cut it as tight as I can to the shape. Just trying to stay right on the very edge because I want as much of this shell as possible. Try and round it off a little bit there. Okay, so that's going to go right on there like that. Now this looks a little bare, if you want my opinion. This white piece, there's too much white here, so we're going to find something in the stamp set and we'll put it on to fill in the white space so we don't have as much white space. We're going to take some dimensionals. I think minis will do. There. These things never work when you want them to. Come on. Oh, they're stubborn. That one started. There we go. The line is shut up right. There, just about there. Okay, got a little white spot on the end of that. There, just filled it in. Okay, so we've got the white piece. Let's look in the stamp set and see what we can find to fill this in. We could do swirls, we could do hearts. I think hearts, I think little hearts will be lovely. I can find them. Here they are. Put that over there. Do I have another block? I'll take this off. Oh, that's not coming off. And what colour hearts do we want to do? How about yellow hearts, because we're doing a yellow card, or because in this piece of DSP we're going to use, we've got some baby, some light pink. We could use the light pink. Yep, I think we'll do a pink. Blushing Bride. Could use Flirty Flamingo even. No, that's a bit orange. We'll go with pink. Okay. So now I don't want these, let me just, yeah, they're a little bit dark. Let's stamp them off. Oops. Too heavy, Anne. There. Oops, got a white space there. There, that'll do. That's all we need, just to fill in the space a little bit. There, let's close that up. That. And we'll start assembling the card. So we have this piece, which is the front. We've got a mark on there, which we know. We're going to take this piece of DSP and just put it right across here, and you'll have an 1/8 of an inch border all the way around. Get this out of the way for a minute. Then we're going to take this, I'm going to put this on here like this, and I think this is all just going to go down flat, alright. And this is going to go on the front of the card like this, with about a 1/2 inch all the way around. Okay, just like that. Yes, okay. Flat on the card. So because we only want glue on the bottom part, because we're only going to glue the bottom part down. And just do that. We could actually move that up quite a bit if we wanted to and put the sentiment right at the bottom. What do we want to do? I think we're going to put this down here. Open up the card and make sure we haven't got any glue above the line of the card. Alright, got that there. We've got a piece for the inside, and we want to stamp the piece for the inside to say happy belated birthday. Sorry I was slow. Now I'm going to peel this off because that stamp looks bent to me. These stamps here, you can bend them like this to curve your words a little bit if you want to. Often I find when I peel them off the clear sheet for the stamp, they warp a little bit. So if you just let them hang for a minute, they sort of come back into their own shape and they'll straighten up. Hopefully you'll see what I mean. I think you will. Okay. What do we want to use for the inside? I think the Just Jade is nice. Right, now, clean hands. I'm going to open my card, lie my piece in here, just like that, close my card, just to get an idea of where this piece sits so that I can hide my sentiment behind it as much as I can. And I need to stamp this the right way up, that would help. Lovely. There, that worked nice. And then we'll just give that a minute. Find some adhesive. Line this up in the middle. There, perfect. That's exactly how I wanted it to be. So now I think we need a little sentiment for the front, and this little sentiment here says, "You are totally loved." Now I don't know if I'm just going to stamp that right across there. I think I might. Or do I want to put it on a piece of white and layer it on yellow, or what do I want to do? Decisions, decisions. Let's just go with what we thought originally. Just Jade. You're totally loved. Yep. There. Get that clean. It's clean enough. And then I think what we could probably do with this, we could probably just cut it out freehand if we wanted to, or we can slice it off and we could use this punch, the Lovely Labels punch. That may be a bit too many frills around. Yeah, I think we're just going to cut a strip of this. You know what, I'm not even going to use the cutter, I'm just going to use a big pair of scissors. There. And I think we'll maybe notch the end and put that on. Yep, I want to notch the end. Little sharp scissors. Just a smidge enough there to even it up. untouchables around. Oops, come on. That's a straighter edge. Still not straight. Use the big scissors because I think you get a straighter edge on long surfaces when you use the bigger scissors, but that's okay. That out of the way. We could put that right across there just like that, and I think we'll put it up on dimensionals, a couple of mini dimensionals, if they come off the paper nicely. Why am I using mini dimensionals? They never cooperate for me. Yeah. Come on. Now I'm going to make sure these dimensionals don't go over the edge of the card. There. Okay, so there we have the card. It's a nice little card. You are totally loved. Happy belated birthday. Sorry I was so slow. That's nice. Now if you think the inside needs something else, there's also a little stamp in here that looks like streamers. If I find it to show you. Streamers. Oh, there. You could do some streamers if you wanted on the inside of the card, but you know what, I'm just going to leave it for now. Think about that later. So there you have it. There's a quick little card. Didn't take us more than half an hour, even with me fumbling about. A nice little card. I quite like that. I'm happy with it. Yes. Okay, so as always, let me turn the camera back up. Click reset on my, so I don't look upside down. There we are. So as always, feel free to copy this card. You know, you're more than welcome to copy this card. If you sell your card, be sure you put the angel stamp, the copyright stamping up on it. And as I say, it was a very simple card. I'm still calling this a Dutch fold card. I think it is a Dutch fold card. If you know of a different name for it, let me know. But there it is. And I'm glad to be back, people. I'm glad to be back. It's been a bit of a stressful couple of weeks, as you all know, but we're back now. Okay, so I will talk to you all later, and keep making those cards. Pretty soon we'll get back to making cards around the dining room table, I hope. All right, talk to you later. Bye bye.